everyone, and welcome to the NFT Basement Show. I go by Project. I am the founder of Project for NFTs, and I want to say thank you for everyone that's tuning in to the show. Keep in mind that nothing in the show is ever financial advice, and everything is for entertainment purposes only. Now, for our special guest today, we have Ollie. Ollie, do you want to present yourself?
How's it going, everyone? My name is Ollie Hunter Wilson. I am from New Zealand originally, currently living in Australia, and I am a illustrator artist who has just started in the NFT space, and yeah, got some big things coming. So that's me, and yeah, look forward to getting to know a lot more people in this space. So if you're new to this space and you haven't heard of me, definitely give us a follow and I'll follow you back.
Nice, nice. Now, Ollie, let's talk about the art. Let me bring it up here so everyone that can see what it is that we're talking about. And there it is, the Midnight Soul.
Yeah, there's that collection. She's slowly growing,
Mm-hmm.
but couple have been taken off already. Does that let you display the created ones, or is that just the available ones?
Okay, here are the created ones. Oh, there it goes. Is
Might
it
show you
this
a bit
one?
more.
Is it
Okay.
these ones?
Yeah, I think when you just show the created ones, it shows you the ones that sold as well.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
bit more options.
All right. So we're here, right? This is the one that you want them to see?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Okay, nice. So let's talk about it. So how long have you been creating this kind of art?
I have been doing art my whole life. This art form was quite new actually to me. I started in I'd say about 2017 or maybe. I've always
Mm-hmm.
drawn and I've always been into like the tattoo style of art. So I found out about this art form quite late, and then I started doing it randomly. Actually, I didn't even really know anyone that was doing it. I just kind of started doing it, and then I found out that there was like a whole community of similar artists through Instagram. So it kind of took off in 2018, I'd say 2019. But yeah,
Nice, nice.
the art form is quite unique.
Now, how long does it take for you to usually make one?
It all varies. Like a lot of artists, some of them use reference photos. I don't. I find not using anything to reference, it gives you your own style, um,
Mm-hmm.
which is every single one of those have been hand drawn from a pencil from start. So they're not templated, but that it varies from about, some of them could take six hours, some of them could take 10, just because every time if I'm doing something new, uh, I kind of have to teach myself, I guess you would say. But yeah, so some of the other pieces that I do, though, they can take upwards of 150 hours, but that's the collection that's yet to be launched.
Wow. So now I'm looking, I'm zoomed into the art and I see there's a lot of dots there. Is that like all just the you just
Yeah,
poking
so
the
the art form is known as stippling or pointillism, and
mm-hmm.
it's basically just a picture that's made from dots. So it's made by shading an object with dots, which gives it that textured look. But from afar, you probably couldn't tell. But if you got up close, just like you did, then you can see like the working details and everything.
Yeah.
So the good thing about it is if you were to enlarge it, like regardless of what the size is, that size that you're looking at right now of that NFT, it was probably
Mm-hmm.
about the size of like of your iPhone, like nothing too crazy. But if I was
Oh,
to enlarge it, it would stay the same, and
yeah.
it would keep the same look, even if it was enlarged 10 times. So it's pretty cool.
Nice, nice. So how did you learn about NFTs?
I saw a lot of stuff about it. I saw more negative comments about it than positive, and
Mm-hmm.
I I don't know. I when I see people saying, I guess, negative things without trying it, I always kind of want to give it a go before I do that. So
Mm-hmm.
I read up about it, and then honestly, I read up about it and found out that there was actually some good some good knowledge about it, that it can actually be a promising future for an artist. And the previous future of an artist for me wasn't that great. It's quite hard at the moment to kind of get involved in the public community as an artist, So it was,
Mm-hmm.
for me, it was worth the risk, whatever I was reading about.
Nice. Now, another question that I have would be, what do you enjoy the most about the NFT community? Oh, I can't hear you. Sorry. You there? Oh, I can't hear you. So, guys, take this time to write down some questions on the comment section there. If you guys have any questions for Ollie, Ollie, I believe you're having some technical difficulties with the service. I can't hear you. Your service bar says you're on red. Mm-mm. Okay, so we have here. Sorry, guys. Okay, so he logged out. He's gonna be logging back in, and we will be continuing the show. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Guys, please feel free to write down any questions that you guys have. So cool. So, uh, hey Nova, how's it going? Hey Pitbull. Hey Sky Kid. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry um about the technical problems that we're having here, but we will be getting it fixed here soon, shortly. Please stay tuned. Okay, he is back.
I just had to hang it up and then come back in. So
It's all right.
hopefully
It's all
that
right.
works. Can you
Yes,
see
yes,
me?
yes. I can see you and I can hear you.
Okay, sweet. We're good. We're back.
Nice. My question would be, what do you enjoy the most out of the NFT community?
I definitely like the fact that you can meet someone just by talking, and then that person could potentially become like a friend to you. You do find that a lot of the people in the NFT community, they extend their welcome a bit further than any other platform. So
Mhm.
it's nice meeting people in a similar boat to you. I think that's why everyone is so close, because everyone is quite similar in what they're doing with their life. So
Mhm.
it's reassuring for a new business, especially.
Nice, nice. And how are you marketing your product?
I market my product on TikTok and Instagram, and yeah, I'll just do the shill spaces myself. So
Oh,
because I'm a
nice.
one man project,
Mm-hmm.
um, it is a bit. It's not as easy as some other companies, because they might have someone on each platform. But I'm just doing a bit of everything, and I think that um, doing it that way, it's nice as well, because people can see that it's just like it's a company that's made based on passion. It's not based on trying to flip a profit. So you
Mm-hmm.
do get some good support systems when I do these platform videos and whatnot. So
Nice. And what? So you say you now start your own host. You're the whole host on your Twitter Spaces.
Yeah, I'll just well, I had to get to a certain amount of followers before I could do it, but it's
Mm-hmm.
still super early days. Like I don't even have a massive following on there,
Mm-hmm.
so I do jump into a lot of other spaces. But yeah, I'm hoping to bring a space to this part of the country because we're on a different time zone. So when we're jumping on all fresh, everyone's kind of jumping off all tired. So
Yeah.
it, it would be good to have a space down here.
Nice. Now, before we did start the show, you did mention that you attended an event called Future Arts,
Yep.
and would you like to share with us more about what did you experience? How was your experience there at the event?
Yeah, it was good. It was my first event of any kind towards NFTs. So as soon as I heard about it, I was pretty invested. I went to the city, which is Sydney, and basically I met some people, saw some NFTs. I met some people that I already knew. It was a bit funny because a lot of them they don't show their identity. So like their identity on the NFT space may be like their PFP, and then they come up to you and they say and they know everything about you, but you don't know anything about them. So it was pretty
Mm-hmm.
funny, eh? It was like I guess that wouldn't happen anywhere else, but I did meet some people, which was good, and the show was good. They had a lot of displays of NFTs, so it's definitely a new space, but it's a promising looking one for sure.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, yeah, I could see your art, being displayed at one of these events.
Yeah, I would
And
I would love for it to be a like I was actually hoping that they were going to do that. Maybe it's a bit too early, but I think eventually it will come to the point where if you go to these NFT shows, there'll be some sort of you know screen where you can just put your NFTs on display. I think that's how they should have done it. So you can then see the art and then meet the person that's there.
yeah,
That would be awesome.
and Ali, we're all early in this, and all of the art that you've seen there displayed. I mean, where everyone was there early, and
Yeah,
so it's all about just taking the shot and just doing it, and just reaching out to the people that are attending and getting to know as many people as you can possible. I myself did attend this event here in Denver called Eat Denver, and a week before it started, I reached out to somebody that was already going, and he actually had his own table out, and he was doing his things on the side, and was able to have my project on his boot. Where he had like these TVs and on different arts were just showing up
oh cool.
every every minute. So it was pretty fun. Also got to meet a lot of people, and I have to say it was like one of the best experience I ever had in my life, and that's why I wanted to mention, your how was your experience there at the events, because you know the art events are really different. They are really different compared to the other events, and I've noticed that more people were more social, and wanting to get to know everyone, and were excited to hear about what it is that you're working on,
Yeah.
and that's what I really enjoyed about the events, and I'm very looking forward to attending more in the future. Another question that I have for you, Ali, is what motivates you the most?
Um, I probably get motivated the most. Probably just from I guess hearing what people think and like about my artwork. Because I put it out on social media, I do get a lot of random people seeing it, which is good because like a lot of them will comment or say something back to me, and they'll tell me what they feel or how it makes them feel, or I get a lot of messages that say you made me want to start drawing again, which like for me
Mm,
that's massive because that's kind of like my mission. That's what I want people to do. I want people to see art and feel inspired and motivated to do the same and create and be creative and all that. I kind of grew up um, always wanting to do art, but hearing that it was it's not really it wasn't a career path. It was like a hobby. So you
Mm-hmm.
couldn't make any money off it. So that was always in the back of my head that what I'm doing wasn't going to be my future. And to the point where I was just thinking, like this can be my future if I make it happen.
Yes. Yes, when I was actually in middle school, I remember my teacher asking me, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "Well, I like to create art." Yeah, and I remember her saying, "Well, you got to choose something else because you're not gonna make it doing art." I was
Yeah,
like, "Okay, well, let me think. What else do I like to do?" But you're right. It's definitely hard to make a living, by creating art. And there's so many artists out there in the world, and that's why they don't continue their journey as being a full-time artist or being an artist, just because of that same reason. Is because there's not that many places that will give artists that opportunity to make a living out
yeah,
of it. But thanks to
yeah, and like
Web3. Hmm.
the old school way of doing it as well. It honestly it seemed like it was a bad system even then. You go to an art gallery, you may put your art in there, you'd probably have to pay, and then you'd sell it, and then you'd have to give a portion of it to the art gallery. And it's just like
Hmm.
the artist doesn't really win in that situation. They never really leave with more than what they had, um, which to me it was almost like a waste of time. So this NFT thing is like it's probably the best thing to happen to artists in a long time,
It is. It is.
especially up and comers.
And another question, Ollie, is so when you're not creating art, what is Ollie doing?
Oh man, it's my. I got asked this question the other day. Like, my art does heavily revolve. My life does revolve around art quite a lot. So I have a business, a print business, where I'll sell prints. So big part of my day is organizing that, sending them off, talking to people. I started tattooing just recently.
Hmm.
So I just started tattooing myself, which is a hobby that I've always wanted to do. Again, that's art, but it's like it's for me. It's still it's learning and it's entertaining as well. So other than that, I do get out a bit. I do. I love exercising. I love going on hikes. So yeah, that's basically my life. It's it's pretty calm down here. The Australian way is, it's a beach lifestyle, so it caters pretty well to an artist, I guess you'd say.
Nice.
Yeah,
Now my
man.
next question will relate. My next question does relate to this one, and I would be, what is your favorite indoor outdoor activity? Now I know you did just say hiking, but is tell us more about that.
Well, there's amazing trails around here, eh? Like there's hundreds of waterfalls and whatnot. So I love hiking here. I
Hmm.
honestly I love hiking in every country, but um, it gets to the point where you obviously seen the same amount of stuff. Here it's awesome because I'm quite new here, so everything I see it's brand new. The wildlife is different. The flowers are different. Everything's kind of different. So I love that here. The water. They also have the ocean. I don't know. It's a hard question. I would say outdoors, either hiking or swimming. In the ocean. Um, Indoor activity like sports.
Hmm.
Ah, I love all sports. Hey, man, like could be anything like tennis or basketball or I actually go to the gym quite a lot, so it'd probably be the gym.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
So have you been working out all your life, or is it something you just picked up?
I started quite young. My
Hmm.
dad got me into it, and I liked it at first. It was okay, and then I joined the army.
Oh, okay.
And the army kind of put your ego in check, I guess. If you have a bit of a muscle, if you have muscle and you have a bit of a build going on, I guess the fitness side of it, it will kind of humble you pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
that whole thing changed, and my fitness kind of changed a bit. So it's been evolving ever since.
Nice. And I asked because I just started working out like 2 days ago. So
Oh yeah,
hopefully I see some results soon.
yeah, man. You
Yeah.
got to stick at it, eh? You got to do
Yeah.
probably at least 4 weeks before you'd notice something.
Hmm.
But you'd feel good. That's the benefit, eh? You'd feel great about it.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I started working out again because I remember back then I would work out and I would leave the gym with this feeling like having this, like I would just like be happy, happy with myself.
Yeah,
And that was the thing that was actually missing, because I had goals, I had dreams, and I wanted to do things, but I didn't the thing that was missing was uh being happy with yourself, because
yeah,
I wasn't happy with myself, but I did want to do these things. And there's only like two, I believe there's two ways to find that feeling of being proud of yourself, is by giving back and by working out,
yeah,
and so yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. And
yeah. It's true, man. Like I notice if I wake up in the morning and then I say to myself, I have to draw all day. I've noticed that like if I work out first and then draw, it'll be perfect. But if I don't exercise at all that day and then draw, I'll kind of just get bored and my
Mhm.
focus won't be there. So there's definitely something that about exercise that de-stresses you and puts your mind in check.
Yes.
So it's definitely worth it.
Now, Ollie, I have another question, and um, what would you paint if you say of a scenery? What would you paint if you say a scenery that you've seen before? What would it be if you could paint a scenery?
It's a good question. I like drawing things that people probably wouldn't see. So, like I've done a few drawings of things before, but I guess nature would always win for me. Something like a waterfall. Do you know what I mean? Like some sort of part of nature that you would be able to you would see and you would probably stare at, or you would find, and it would be a bit of a hidden gem. That would be my ideal thing to draw. Um, just because I think I think most artists have this, they can see things in a different light to a lot of
Hmm.
people, and I think when you're a good artist, you're selling basically the way that you see something, um,
Hmm.
which is probably why I would lean towards nature, because a lot of people overlook nature. Most people will just come home from work and they'll just watch TV, but then there'll be like a nice sunset, and if they never step out of their house, they're never going to see it.
Yeah.
So nature always for me.
Okay. And do you like to travel?
I love traveling. I've got the travel bug.
where's
From
where's the where do you like to travel the most?
um, my favorite place that I've ever been would probably be Morocco. Morocco was pretty cool. Um, I love the States. I went to the States as a kid, and I knew like when I went there that I wanted to live there.
Hmm.
Um, I did live there for a bit, and then I kind of realized maybe not. Canada, I would say Canada was number one in terms of a place that I would actually want to live in.
Hmm.
But in terms of travel, it's hard. The more you travel, I think, the more you like, and the more you see, and the more you want to see. So it's a open book at the moment, and I don't know when I'm going to get to the point where I've had enough travel. But so far, I do think about Canada a lot. So I'd say Canada.
What is in Canada? What did you like? What do you like about Canada?
I found that the people were quite similar to the New Zealanders, the Kiwis, and
Hmm.
I'd been away from home for like 3 years, and I don't know. I guess before I got to Canada, I was quite homesick, and then when I got to Canada, I realized that it kind of went away, and I think that's because of the people. So the people there definitely do make it nice, and they do make it a bit homely, and they're welcoming as well. And like a lot of people hate the cold, but Honestly, I don't mind the cold. So I like
Same
winter
here.
sports. Yeah.
Same here. Same here. I mean, I don't mind any kind of weather really.
Yeah.
Hot,
Well,
cold.
you're in the right spot for it, for all the
Yeah.
snowboarding and stuff.
Yeah. Here in Denver, Colorado, we're pretty known for the mountains and the snowboarding, and the skiing.
Yeah, man. No,
So
I
now,
definitely need to check it out.
yeah, man, yeah, bro. Whenever you're out here, let me know, and we'll go skiing or
Yeah,
something,
for sure.
snowboarding.
Get some edibles.
hmm Another question is, where would you like to go in the future, and travels wise?
I'd like to go to Africa, eh? I'd love to go to Africa,
Africa.
do like a safari,
Yeah.
go meet some of the tribes. Like I love culture, and I don't know if you
hmm
know, but my PFP and my project is somewhat based on culture. So I love it. I love learning about other cultures and the art forms and the their gods and their deities and whatnot. So
hmm
I would always choose a holiday like that, where there was a lot of substance to it.
Nice. And that's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. I did not know that. And as I'm looking at your art right now, that's what I see. And let me just bring it up so everyone can see it again. I see the different culture in your art.
Yeah. And
That's
there's honestly there's a lot to come. It's I was saying this yesterday on a shield space. It's
hmm
quite hard. It's quite hard for me to put my excitement into the crowd when they haven't seen what I see behind the scenes, I guess, and
hmm
where it's going. Um, but I am excited about it, and I know it will take off because in terms of diversity, I haven't come across anything similar to it in the NFT space yet.
Yeah.
And I usually get quite a good response and reaction from the people that do see it. So
Nice.
yeah,
So everyone that is tuning in, this is not financial, but the floor price is at 0.05 with the market being down. So that's being said that everything's on half price right now.
yeah,
and we
everything is.
and we have we have 3 owners and 9 items out. What's the total on the items? Is it 9?
Total, you mean that I've made so far?
Yeah, for this collection.
So there's 50. There's only going to be 50.
50, okay.
Yeah, and there's been 9 that's out, and yeah, 2 sold. So it is going to be a slow release. It's going to be because there's only 50. I wanted to do it. You know, I wanted people to, I guess, understand that they're being handmade, and then they're not being pumped out in big numbers. So I guess it will add a bit of authenticity to it as well when they know what's behind it. Like for example, the other day I drew one of these and it took me eight or so hours,
Wow.
and I didn't like it. I wasn't When I looked at it, I was like, this doesn't represent the character like I would like it to. So I had to scrunch it up and do it again.
No.
So once I did it again, though, I was happy and I was happy with the result. So it's I just want people to kind of see that and know what's behind what they're buying.
Nice. Very nice.
What one is your favorite so far?
What was that?
What one do you like so far?
Okay, yeah. So far, I'm looking at. I'm looking at this one right here. I like this one right here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I like the gun.
So I based that character off a true character. Some of these NFTs aren't. They're loosely based off either fact or fiction, I guess you'd say. So some of the characters, they might be well known off the bat straight away. You might know who they are. Some of them will
Yeah.
be like kind of hidden characters, but
Okay. Nice, nice. So, are any of the hidden characters out now?
well, I kind of bring them out and I'll name them, but I won't always say who they are. I won't describe who
Okay.
they are. So, like I've written up most of the list of all the characters that I'm going to do, but I'll only reveal them once they've actually drawn them. So, and then I'll mint them like maybe a couple of weeks after. So I've got
Okay.
15 that I've currently made,
Mhm.
and I'm making one today. So it'll be 16, and then it'll just be an ongoing project.
Nice. And you mentioned that you make these. These are all handmade. Somebody would to purchase one of your NFTs, will they receive a copy of the original?
Yeah, so if you buy the NFT straight away, like if you buy it, I'll send you a print of it, which is it's not just a print; it's an artist proof.
Hmm.
And if you're familiar with the art industry, artist proof it's a one of one print. It can only be sold once, and the value of it is usually higher than the standard print. The reason why I did this was because um, I can give the artist proof, which is one of one, to the first sale, and then anyone after that secondary sale, they'd qualify for just a standard print. So it, it works out a little bit better. It works out great actually for me because I run a print shop anyway. So
Hmm.
these
Okay.
people they'll get the one of one of the digital, and they'll get the one of one of the physical. So
Mm,
I thought it was quite a good idea. Worked out quite well.
nice. So now we're at your Twitter page.
Yeah.
So anyone that is watching right now and wants to know, find Ollie, you guys can go to his Twitter page at Midnight So NFT, and let's give it a look. Let's see what you have going on here. You have your okay, so this is different art right here. I see.
Yeah, so that's I'm going to be releasing a second collection soon,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all the same art style. It's just the pictures and the subjects is going to be a little bit different.
Now, is that a pen?
Is that what, sorry?
Is this a pen? Is this like what you make? Is it a pen or a pencil? Like I thought it was like a pencil, but this is
It's like
like
an ink pen. It's like
it's an
a
ink pen.
a really fine tip ink pen.
Okay, nice.
So the tip of it's tiny, but I have different
Yeah.
sizes, and if
Uh-huh.
I'm doing different details, I'll do different things.
Nice, nice. So let's go to your Instagram. You see you have a website. Let's give your website a look. Print originals and teas. Okay, so this is where somebody that purchased your NFT can come in and get the print of the original.
This was the reason why I put NFTs on my website was just to teach people that it, NFTs are just as much art as they are digital, currency is and everything. So I wanted people to see that they can own the NFT and they can also hang it up in their house. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these other NFTs, I don't know if they do that, but I kind of wanted to do that because I've kind of been catering to the art world anyway. So I want to be that transition between the two.
Nice, nice. So I really like the website. It looks pretty good. You got your social media on there. Midnight Soul Art. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna go back to your whole. So so tell us, so for your community members, tell us something that your community members doesn't know about you.
Um, Community members, what do they know about me? Well, I don't actually like public speaking. I hate it. So I don't know if they know that because there's a big expectation um, to speak and like present yourself and constantly be in the loop, with the community. But I'm like I like to work behind the scenes. I like to get things done, and
Mhm.
I like to let the art speak for itself. So like if I'm quiet, it's because I'm working and I'm doing something big, and when I like to announce these things, I like to announce it with art and show people what I've been doing to show them my work. Um,
Mhm.
so I guess that's something that they probably wouldn't know. Um, but other than that, another thing is I'm going to be making a book, like a children's, I guess you'd say a children's book, but it's going to cater to everyone. So the NFTs that you see in my OpenSea,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be somewhat characters that will be later integrated into a book. So if you buy an NFT, like there's a good chance that it will get a like I'll redraw it into a story, and then they might read through the book and then they might see it. And I thought it was a cool idea because if you have an NFT holder in the space or someone listening right now, they might have a kid and like they can buy. If they're an NFT holder, I'll give them the book, and then they can like show their kids, and then they can have a piece of history physically as well as digitally. So
Wow.
yeah,
Now, have you made any other books in your life, or is this your first book?
I haven't, but honestly, I have ideas. I've constantly got ideas, so my mind's going crazy. So in my head, I've already got a story and a picture. So I think I would just constantly be adding to it and editing it as well. So as far as the storyline goes, it might be quite basic. It might be like a Dr. Zeus or something, just something
Mm,
easy to read and something to rhyme. So not too complicated, but mainly just a picture book, eh?
nice, nice.
Yeah.
Now tell us, what is Ollie's favorite book?
What is my favorite book? In terms of reading, I'd say there's a lot of good books out there. Eh? It's a hard one. In terms of reading, I'd say that's a good question actually. Don't know if I can pick one.
you
Um,
could you could pick two.
I like honestly, I love like in terms of inspiration, I am highly inspired by Dr. Zeus books for what I want to do in future. And I'm kind of loosely basing what I'm doing in the long goal to be something similar to that. I want people to associate the books with fun and not with having to read and reading be boring and stuff like that. Because growing up, like I hated reading.
Hmm.
If there was no pictures, I wouldn't be into it at all. So like the pictures kind of pull you in, and then they teach you something else. So definitely big props to Dr. Zeus. He's one of my favorites for sure. And then in terms of other books, I do like a lot of self-help books. I like a lot of spiritual books. I'm spiritual as well, so even learning about history, if it's about another culture, honestly, there's so many books that I like reading about. So it'd be hard to put it down to one.
Okay, nice, nice.
What about you?
Yeah, I did just pick up a book. Let me check it out. I haven't got a chance to read it, but Cybernetics. I don't know if you.
What's it about?
I just picked it up. I'm still reading. I'm still reading another book right now. But I actually picked this book up in Think and Grow Rich. I read the Think and Grow Rich before already, but I actually just picked up the hardcover, which
Yeah.
is I always wanted like the black one, and so I just picked that one up. But so I do like to read books myself, books on self development and
Yeah.
motivational books, stuff like that.
Where do you get time
Uh,
to read on the road?
that's like the only time I do have chance time to read. Because usually when I'm on the computer or I'm on a space, like I have my
Yeah.
eyes focused on somewhere else, and it's kind of hard to read. And so yeah, like I would so for the ones that are watching and don't know, I'm a truck driver. I also do that as well. And so when I do get tired, I'll park on the side of the road and I'll read like a couple pages, get back on the road, and that's the only time I find I have time for reading. And it's actually pretty cool because sometimes I'll be like up in the mountains and I got a pretty dope view,
Yeah.
of the mountaintops, and enjoy my lunch and reading a
You
book.
guys have beds in the back of those cabs as well, eh?
What was that?
You have a bed in the back of the truck cab?
So no, I'm actually driving the long, the box trucks, the long
Yeah.
ones. So I don't have
Oh
a
yeah.
bed. Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
they
have a
don't, eh?
bed. Yeah, I do when I do drive the semis, the other ones, there is a bed, but I'm not really doing that full time. I'm kind of doing the box truck one because I'm doing everything local right now.
Oh, yeah, that's even better than local.
Yes, yeah, yeah, and yeah. So for we have some audience here listening to us. If you guys have any questions before we do close down, please feel free to write them down in the comment section area right there, and we will read them and have them answered to you as well. We for our first question from Pitbull Thugs. For holders, does each NFT come with a detailed story behind the art?
It does. There's a story behind every NFT that I make, and it's as I was saying before. There's going to be more coming out about this later. I guess what I wanted was people to buy the NFTs and fall in love with them and their characters and relate to the characters. And then once I bring out a book, they can read about the story and then they can read about what is being said about it. So it's kind of like you're getting an early, I guess, to a story that's being written by me. So there's definitely going to be story and literally everything that I draw. There's a lot of thought that's gone into it. So um, yeah, like you won't be let down, I guess, if you're looking for a story.
Nice. Now, Pitbull, I hope that answered your question. So yeah, Ollie, thank you, brother. Thank you for taking the time and being on the show, man. I know in the begin when in the morning when we messaged you, we just everything was like, oh, I don't know what's going on, but thank you. We
No,
finally got it going on. We got the show started, and
yeah, man. Yeah, it's a good show, and I'm happy. It's my first show, so I'll always remember.
yeah, thank you, man.
But
Yeah,
yeah, appreciate inviting me and everyone watching. Definitely follow me. And just watch the progress, and that's all I ask is just watch the progress. You don't have to buy something to be a part of this. Even just follow the story, and eventually, I'm sure you'll be invested in it and somehow.
okay, thank you, and yeah, man, I really appreciate it, brother. And being a podcaster, I'm new to this. This is the first time I ever like been a podcaster was with this show, so I'm kind
Yeah,
of like learning. I'm learning as I go. I started because of the Twitter Spaces. That's actually where I started. Um, I would host, from like almost 24 hours, and I was like, you know what, you know, I didn't know I could speak. I didn't know I could speak, and and have so many questions for somebody, and I was like,
yeah,
why I could turn this into a podcast, and that's exactly what I did, and then I'm learning. It's learning. It's a progress, and I'm learning, and so hopefully, sometime in the future, uh, it'll be so much better. but
yeah. No, it's good, man. Like I think the podcast is a good idea too, because if you're on
yeah.
Twitter Spaces, you might hear someone's story that's super interesting, and then you might not see them again for like another month. So it's good that you
Hmm.
can get people one on one, and really get good questions out of them.
Hmm. Thank you, Ali, and yeah, appreciate you being here, guys. For everyone that is watching, don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video to as many people as you can possible. Do you have anything else, Ollie, before we close it down?
No, mate. Look forward to seeing you guys again in the future. I'm sure we'll jump on here and do another one maybe down the track when I'm a bit more established.
Yes, yes, we're looking forward
So
to
we'll
that,
both
Ollie.
we'll both be moving forward.
Yes, thank you. All
All
right,
right, mate.
well,